We out here in a game. This the money game. This ain't the black man's game. This ain't the white man's game. This the money game.
But
we in the money game. And you cannot sacrifice yourself. The best thing you can do for poor people is not be one of them. You cannot help them.
Monique, why is she canceled? And then I know Tyler wouldn't support that. He never told nobody not to work with her. When I talked to him, he was like, nah, I never told no one not to work with her. And I said, but you Tyler Perry, and you never told anyone to work with her.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And he was like, I never looked at it like that. Because I said, you just got to consider how strong your influence is at that point.
50 Cent is coming straight for Steve Harvey's neck after catching wind that Oprah used him to blacklist Taraji P. Henson for speaking out about her bad experience filming The Color Purple. It's a total disaster behind the scenes because Oprah allegedly blew up after Taraji called out the mistreatment, blaming her for the movie flopping at the box office. Now listen, 50 Cent might clown around online, but when it comes to doing what's right, he don't play. He's not about to let Oprah get away with pulling the same dirty tricks she allegedly pulled on Monica years ago. Word is, she's using Steve Harvey to run her shady business and take Taraji down. Sadly, looks like Oprah's messy plan might already be working. Studios are low-key yanking Taraji off her gigs, left and right, and nobody seems to want to be linked to her anymore. But guess what? 50 Cent is locked and loaded with receipts that could expose Oprah's whole agenda. He's ready to air it all out, and he's not scared to bring the smoke. But the big question is Oprah really that salty over Taraji's comments during the Color Purple press tour? And did she seriously call up Steve Harvey to help ruin Taraji's career?
As a black woman, you know, we do it with so much grace and get paid half the price of what we're worth. And that becomes difficult. And it's a slap in my face when people go, oh, you work all the time. Well, bitch, I have to, because the math ain't mathin'. I wish I could do 2 films a year and relax the rest. I wish I had it like that. So because you see me working so much, I got to. You know, big bills come with this shit we do, okay? I don't do this alone. It takes a team. And they want to get paid for their work, as they should. So when you hear somebody making, oh, they made $10 million on this movie, well, you know Uncle Sam gonna get 50% off the top, right? And then you gotta pay 30% or however much you pay your team. So you really haven't made $10 million.
It's getting wild out here. A few weeks ago, Taraji and Oprah were all over the headlines after Taraji let loose during the press run for The Color Purple. Now, press tours are supposed to be about hyping up the movie, keeping things positive so folks get excited to buy tickets, right? That's why some people were quick to say Taraji crossed the line by airing out the dirty laundry before the movie even made its money back. But honestly, can you blame her?
So that's why that Benjamin Button story hit so hard, because all I was asking was for $500,000. I wasn't trying to take nothing from Brad Pitt or Kate Blanchett. They deserve to earn what they get because they worked their asses off for it. I so too worked my ass off. And at the time, I couldn't say no. I didn't have any power because they would have been like, next. But I saw the bigger picture and I had to check my ego. And it was tough because I had to check it every day on that set. I had to check it because it would rise up in me and I would be like.
Taraji's been sitting on years of disrespect, lowball offers, and flat-out mistreatment in Hollywood. When she finally got a mic in front of her, all that pain just exploded out. She couldn't hold it in any longer, and honestly, who would? It all popped off when Taraji sat down for that SAG-AFTRA interview and spilled the real tea. She said she still hasn't seen a paycheck upgrade since Proud Mary. If you've seen Proud Mary, then you already know she crushed that role. She straight up bodied it and should have been catapulted into that big money lane, no question. Matter of fact, you can look at any role Taraji's ever taken and see she's been carrying Hollywood on her back for years. Yet somehow, when she got invited to join the Color Purple cast, the paycheck they offered her was so low it was straight up disrespectful. Like, how dare they come at a queen like that? Taraji made it clear she wasn't just talking for herself either. She stood tall and said actresses like her gotta speak up, because if they stay quiet, the next generation of black actresses will get done dirty the same way. She wasn't about to sit there and stay silent while Hollywood kept playing games.
Black women having the same story. It's breaking my heart. like 20 plus in the game. It breaks my heart. It's like every time you achieve something really incredible, it's almost like the industry looks at it as a fluke. Like, oh, that was like some one-time thing. So you fall back to the bottom and you gotta negotiate and fight tooth and nail to get what you made the last time. Where's my raise? I haven't seen a raise in my income since Proud Mary. And almost had to walk away from Color Purple.
Her words cracked the whole conversation wide open. Folks started talking heavy about how black women are still being underpaid and overlooked in the entertainment game. Even Viola Davis came through and said she's still not getting the check she deserves, even after matching every accomplishment her male and white female peers got under their belts.
Because you know what? If I don't take a stand, how am I making it easy for Fantasia and Danielle and Hallie and Felicia? Then why am I doing this? If it's all just for me, why are you here? We are to service each other. God is very clever. He put us on this earth and he made us all look different. He made it complicated. We need to figure it out. And we can, and we are. You have to look at the glass as half full. It's always half full.
And Taraji wasn't standing alone. Gabrielle Union also stepped up, sharing her own struggles with being lowballed and burned out from carrying projects on her back for pennies. Keke Palmer even slid into the chat on Instagram, saying that, just like Taraji, she's got a whole team to pay before she even sees her own slice of the pie.
They're getting paid, which is half of what a man is getting paid. Well, we get probably a tenth of what a Caucasian woman gets. And I'm number one on the call sheet. And then I have to go in and I have to hustle for my worth. That's what I feel like I'm doing. When I demand what I feel, listen, I have more than a 30-year professional career. I had a friend who said, yeah, but Viola, your career is better than my career. I said, yeah, but you can't compare me to you. Because once again, I got the Oscar, I got the Emmy, I got the 2 Tonys. I've done Broadway, I've done off-Broadway, I've done TV, I've done film, I've done all of it.
Keke dropped facts, too. She said, the entertainment industry is just like any other industry. We run businesses to keep our brands afloat, us being the brand or business. And it's that crew, the managers, the agents, the publicists, that eats into that big number everybody thinks we're getting. It ain't all glitz and glam like folks think. Just like everybody else, Taraji's got bills to pay every month. No different. Like Biggie said, more money, more problems. During a sit-down with Gayle King, Taraji couldn't even hold back her tears while talking about how she's been grinding for years just to barely scrape by because the money never added up. The math definitely wasn't mathing, and it broke her down right there on camera.
And I heard on the street, Taraji, you had the audacity to say you're thinking about stopping acting. We said, stop talking. Are you thinking about it?
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost.
But here's where it got shady. Fans peeped that Gayle kept trying to spin the conversation away from Taraji's real issue, almost like she didn't want Taraji throwing any shade at her bestie, Oprah. Fans been clocking the tension between Taraji and Oprah ever since the Color Purple press tour kicked off, and it's messy behind the scenes. Word on the street is it wasn't just the insultingly low paycheck Taraji got offered, the treatment on set was straight up foul. Fantasia and Danielle Brooks even spoke up saying they didn't even get their own dressing rooms. They had to squeeze into one tiny room like some afterthoughts. And if that wasn't enough, they weren't even fed properly while working long hours on set. Who does that to their stars? Taraji was heated, and when she finally took her complaints to Oprah, who had a big hand in the production, Oprah allegedly told her to get out, straight like that. That blow-up led to major tension between Taraji and Oprah. And honestly, you can see it clear as day in some of the videos floating around. Allegedly, Oprah kept trying to coach Taraji into just slapping on a fake smile and pushing through the press run. But Taraji wasn't about to fake the funk for nobody.
I have a career that's probably comparable to Meryl Streep, Julianne Moore, Sigourney Weaver. They all came out of Yale. They came out of Juilliard. They came out of NYU. They had the same path as me, and yet I am nowhere near them. Not as far as money, not as far as job opportunities, nowhere close to it. And yet I have to constantly get on that phone, and I have fabulous agents, by the way. They are getting it. But I have to get on that phone and people say, "You're a black Meryl Streep." You are, and we love you. We love you. There is no one like you. Okay, then if there's no one like me, you think I'm that, you pay me what I'm worth. You give me what I'm worth.
Now that The Color Purple flopped at the box office, guess who Oprah's allegedly blaming? Yup, Taraji. Which is wild because everybody was hyped for this movie at first. People had crazy high hopes, and it's shocking to see it crash and burn like this. Everybody who's seen The Color Purple will tell you, the actors killed it. They brought their A game for real. I mean, look at the lineup. Taraji P. Henson, Whoopi Goldberg, Halle Bailey, Coleman Domingo. Pure star power everywhere you looked. But here's the shocker. With a budget of over $100 million, The Color Purple reportedly only pulled in $58 million at the box office. And it gets worse. Not even all of that $58 million goes back to the people who made the movie. Most of it got scooped up by the theaters showing it. That's why they had no choice but to rush the movie onto streaming platforms. They were desperate just to make some of that money back. What's crazy is the fans actually loved it. Audience ratings even said it was better than the original Broadway version. It had all the pieces to be a hit but still fell flat. Word on the street is Taraji's comments about how she and others were treated on set made a lot of folks boycott the movie. And that's where things got real ugly. Sources say Oprah's heated because The Color Purple wasn't just another movie for her. It was supposed to be the crown jewel for Harpo Studios. The film was meant to snatch up major awards, rake in big-time profits, and open the floodgates for even more projects under Oprah's name. Now, with the movie flopping, Oprah's allegedly pointing the finger at Taraji and trying to blacklist her out of revenge, just like she allegedly did to Monique back in the day. In case you forgot, Monique clashed with Oprah after starring in Precious back in 2009. Oprah reportedly paid Monique only $50,000 for her role, dirt cheap for a major film. Monique took it anyway because she thought it would help build her resume. And she was right. She ended up snatching a bunch of awards for her performance, even though the whole experience left a bitter taste. Things really went left between Monique and Oprah after Monique refused to do an unpaid press tour for Precious. Oprah wasn't feeling that no, and that's when the drama kicked off. Allegedly, Oprah started whispering to folks behind the scenes that Monique was difficult to work with, and soon enough, the whole industry turned its back on her. It got so bad that Monique's offers dried up overnight. Projects she was already working on got canceled like they never even existed. Her whole career took a nosedive, and truth be told, it never fully bounced back. Later on, Lee Daniels came out and actually apologized to Monique, admitting she really did get blackballed just because she refused to play the Hollywood game. Wild, right? Meanwhile, guess who stood tall for Monique back then? 50 Cent. Once 50 caught wind that Oprah was out here blacklisting Monique for not kissing up, he put himself right in the line of fire to back her up. He started promoting her comedy shows heavy and even promised he'd help her climb her way back into the spotlight. And 50 doesn't just talk, he moves. He kept his word by casting Monique in his hit show Black Mafia Family, giving her a real shot at getting her career popping again. Now you gotta remember, 50 and Oprah already got years of beef brewing. According to 50, Oprah uses her platform to tear black people down instead of lifting them up, and he's been calling her out on it for a long time. It all started when Oprah straight up refused to have him on her show because she thought his music was too violent. And you know 50's petty game is top tier. He even went so far as to name his dog Oprah back in the day. You can't make this up. But real talk, 50 is not playing about Taraji either. He's stepping in hard, saying he refuses to let history repeat itself. To show he's serious, he dropped receipts about how he helped Mary J. Blige secure one of the biggest bags for a black actress on TV. For real, Mary J. was pulling in $400,000 per episode on his show Ghost. Boss moves. And 50 isn't stopping there. He's already aiming at Steve Harvey, blasting him for allegedly letting Oprah use him to help blacklist Taraji. And when it comes to Steve, well, he's got his own messy history of knocking down anyone he don't vibe with. Let's not forget, Steve Harvey's got a shady history of his own. Word is, he even tried to sabotage Bernie Mac's career because he was jealous of Bernie's shine. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Steve's been blasted for using his platform to push harmful stereotypes about black folks for years. Cat Williams even dragged him once, saying Steve forced Cedric the Entertainer to wear a dress for a comedy skit, knowing full well how Hollywood loves making black men wear dresses just to strip away their image. And the accusations don't stop there. Steve's been called a sellout more times than we can count, playing into clownish black caricatures for a quick check. Remember when Monique came on Steve's show? She called him out right to his face for not standing up for her during her fight with Oprah, even though he knew she was in the right. Instead of backing her, Steve basically told Monique she should have just sold out to protect her career. Crazy! So it really ain't shocking that Oprah allegedly tapped Steve to help her blacklist Taraji too. This wouldn't be the first time Steve's been a part of something grimy like that. And guess what? It looks like Oprah's plan might already be working. Out of nowhere, Taraji did a complete 180 and started gushing about Oprah like she was the best thing since sliced bread.
Oh, hey, y'all are back.
Did you think you could escape? No.
Okay, awesome. Get him.
I can't see a thing. Can anybody see anything? There we go.
Where are we looking?
Right here. Oh, wait, we're starting right down here.
Okay.
Everybody right down here, and then we're going to go all the way around the ring.
Come on, Fantasia. I want to
Be a part of it.
Taraji said, Ms. Oprah has been nothing less than a steady and solid beacon of light to all of the cast of The Color Purple. After everything that went down, man, it's clear some serious pressure got applied behind the scenes. Taraji kept it rolling, saying Oprah gave her encouragement, guidance, and unwavering support during the Color Purple run. She even said, Ms. Oprah told me personally to reach out to her for anything I needed, and I did. Thank you, Ms. Oprah, for all that you do. Yeah, right, fans were not buying that fairy tale. The comment sections lit up fast. Everybody could see straight through it. Folks are tired of Oprah's two-faced moves, and they're not scared to call it out loud anymore. That's why people love Taraji. She's always been the real one, pulling the curtain back and showing us the ugly truth in the industry that they work so hard to hide. Taraji didn't fake the funk when it mattered, and now everyone knows the kind of games being played behind the scenes. Oprah's used to people bowing down and staying quiet, but now, people are standing tall and calling her out, and she clearly ain't built for that kind of pushback. Shout out to 50 Cent too for stepping up for Taraji and making it clear he's not letting Oprah bully her the way she tried with others. Honestly, a lot of folks been looking at Oprah sideways for a long time. It ain't just Taraji. And truth be told, there's nothing Taraji could have said to make people change how they already felt. Oprah's been moving funny toward black men and women for years, and her reputation in the black community been in the gutter for a minute now. Like Gomer Pyle would say, shame, shame, shame. But what do you think? Is Oprah really out here trying to crush Taraji's career with Steve Harvey helping her behind the scenes? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.